What's going on? We got a Honda 2021 Plus Gen 2. This is actually the 2025 model as well, which is the same bracket for us. I think that's a Gen 3. We're going to show you how to install a flipping dip on it. Let's go. So first thing we got to do is get the passenger seat off and the main seat off. So there's key here, and then just wiggle that back, and then that will come off. And then for the seat, it's going to be 2 bolts here and here. So we'll remove the seat. And then the obvious ones are these and these side ones. There's some push pins we've got to work with as well, but let's get these off first and then go from there. The other bolt we're going to remove for all this is this one, and the same on the other side. And then we're going to take out these push pins. So you push the center of the push pin, and then that will enable you to get the outside and just pull that up and out. Get them safe. Once we've done this bolt, this is Velcroed and it's got a push pop pin thing, so you can just pry it apart and then pop that. You can see the Velcro little pop pin here. There's also a little push pin on the inside here that's going to hold the panels together. So then push in the center of the pin, get your nail on it, pull that out. That's going to enable this side piece to be able to slide backwards. So there's like a little groove here where it slides into, but once you've got that out and the other push pins, you can just pull that apart and pull that off. So before we take off the huge stock fender and undo these, we're going to unplug them first. So they live in this little piece here. So I'll show you now which ones to remove. So the 2 indicators are the first ones here. So you got orange and white. In this weird little housing, so we can just pull that back and clip pull out, and clip pull out. And then the plate light is this pale blue. 3rd plug. Now that's all done, we're going to pull them away. And then we're going to take off the fender. So we're going to remove the fender using these 2 bolts on either side. They're 12mm socket heads. So we're going to get that one off loose. Wires, there's the indicators. Size of that, we're going to save a lot of weight getting that off as well. Next up, we're just going to take off these indicators, and then we'll get them installed onto the new bracket, and then get that installed onto the bike. So to get the indicators off is pretty easy. There's 2 little bolts here and here, and then it's just a little 8mm spanner, and I'll get them off. Bolt. So once we remove this with the last 2 bolts, if you haven't taken them 2 off like me, then you've got these 2 Phillip head screws here. Once we remove them, we can remove this guard, and then we should be able to get the cable out nice and easy. So just remove these first. Alright, now we've got the guard off, we can pull the cables through nice and easily. Before you do that, you want to make sure you remove this metal piece here from the indicators. We'll take that with us. I'll show you guys once I get this out. So you can see this little metal piece, you want to take that with you. As well as that rubber insert, we'll take that with us as well. So just like that. Take both of those with us and we'll reuse them. So again, do the same on the other side. We won't be reusing the OEM light. We sell our own plate lights, so we're going to be using that instead. So this piece is now done. So here's the flip and dip for the CBR650R 2021 Plus. So we're going to reuse these rubber washer pieces. Let's get that in focus. There you go, these pieces. We're going to want the thin bit on the inside. So we'll get that lined up the right way around. Squeeze that in. This fatter end of the rubber will go inside the indicator. So it'll look like that. Make sure that's all nice. And then what we'll do is we'll get the plug in first, and then we'll put the metal piece in last. So it'll look a bit like this. And we'll wiggle that in, make sure everything's inside the indicator. And then what we're going to do is just reuse the bolts from before. And then nip that all up. Then we'll just do the same on the other side. So if you've done it, it should look something like this. Now it's ready to go on the bike. So here's how the bracket is going to sit. We're going to run our cables up through the hole first, then we'll get this bolted on. So I'm just going to feed these all through the same side. And then all we've got to do is start getting these in nice and loose in each corner. Once we have every bolt in loose, we can start tightening them up. Now we've got these tightened up, it's looking good. We've got the wires running through nice and cleanly here. All we've got to do is put the panels back together in the reverse steps. So let's get on with that. As you can see, we're all set up. We've got the plate on. It's looking super nice and clean. Got the light installed. All the wiring's all nice. That's it. Easy job. Enjoy.